I saw somewhere like someone said like, "Oh, you call us a female, that means you're like devaluing us as a human because there's female animals and there's female plants and shit." Bro, we're not thinking that far. We're not thinking that deep. We just call y'all bitches females. Would you rather us call you bitches? I can call you bitches. I'm just batch recording, bro. Y'all gonna see this shirt on every video, low key, and at least it's on brand. You know, it's blue, Rockboy blue. You know what I'm saying? I'm on TikTok and YouTube and all of that, and I keep seeing all these videos, and I'm like, yo, why don't I just like record it? People like seem to give a fuck about my opinion. The one time I post a video on my opinion, the shit got 200 views, and I'm not necessarily doing it for the views, but I'm doing it for the views. This is I did like a video right before this where women were like destroying feminism, like at least the toxic feminism. I think feminism as a whole is good. Like, yeah, women's rights, women equality, like all of that shit. I go for all of that. It's when y'all start doing the same shit that y'all blame men for. When y'all start to become the men that you hate so much, like, then it's clearly an issue, and it's not us that's the problem at that point. But if I speak, you know what I mean? Like, so this is feminism TikTok part one. So I'm guessing this is gonna be like the other side of the spectrum, like the people who were just ridiculously like the extremist end.
Go for looks because the ugly ones will treat you just as badly. It's true. And I think a lot of us have recognized that. I think a lot of women have gone for people that they didn't find particularly attractive because they thought that they would be more humble and treat them better. And then their ego is like as big as it would have been if they looked like Zac Efron. The question is, why did we think that that was going to work? Women put their entire value in the way they look. Society has taught us to do that. Our value is measured in how many men want us and how many men find us attractive. Men, on the other hand, have never been taught that. Men are human first, ugly second, and it's quite the opposite with women when we think about it in the way society views us. A man's value has never been measured in how attractive he is to women. A man's value can be measured even more in economic output, how much money they're making, and that's still based off of capitalism and the patriarchy. But thinking that a man's going to be more humble because he's not seen as attractive to most women does not work for a reason, because he's still a man. Doesn't matter to him.
Okay, there's two things, right? She's not completely wrong, but she's definitely way off base. Like, in this day and age, yeah, I feel like money is more important to a specific type of woman, though. There's this stupid misconception that all women are attracted to money, riches, fame, clout. Like, that's not every woman, bro. I know some pretty decent women who don't give a fuck about none of that shit and actually date broke ass, bum ass niggas. Like they actually date niggas who aren't good enough for them. And I've seen it on the other end where dudes date girls who aren't worth the time of day, low key. And it has nothing to do with looks, it just has to do with them as a person. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. Don't matter if you're ugly, don't matter if you're the finest person in the world, bro. A piece of shit will always find a way to be a piece of shit. Like, that's just how it works. And you can be ugly and still get beautiful women, and vice versa. You could be the ugly girl and you could still get the best looking dudes. It's nothing to do with that. It just, there's something about you that's inherently attractive to that group of people, whatever it is. It's not rocket science, bro. Everyone is attractive to someone. Like, no one is 1000% ugly. Looks are subjective. Whatever, though. Men are not the problem, though. Pieces of shit are the problem.
Today I saw this tweet from AOC. It starts with, "You may not know that you know a survivor, but it's highly likely that you do." And it reminded me of a story that I think is really important for me to share. When I was in college, I took a journalism class focused on storytelling, and we had an audio assignment called Someone I Used to Know. And that was kind of the only prompt, was it had to be about someone you used to know.
Okay.
When it came time to present, one of my classmates stood up and she played her recording, and it was about how she was sexually assaulted by one of her close friends when she was 14. As soon as she was done, another one of my classmates immediately went up without saying a word and played her story. And hers was about being sexually assaulted by a guy who was her boyfriend at the time of the assault. As her audio recording played, I just felt myself getting super anxious and flushing completely red in the face, and as soon as it was done, I practically leapt out of my seat and ran to the front of the room to present my story. This is part 2 of my story about sexual assault survivors. After
Okay.
my 2 classmates had presented their stories, I also went up and I presented my story, which is about how I was sexually assaulted by my boyfriend at the time, the summer after I graduated from high school. 3
Damn.
women in one class. All we had been asked to do was to share the story of someone we used to know.
And you
And
went
all of
for
us
your
just happened
abusers.
to choose to share stories of being sexually assaulted by someone we loved and trusted. All of us had doubted that what had happened to us was really rape when it first happened. And all
Right,
of us
right.
had had experiences being shamed by the friends or family of the person who had assaulted us. That experience rocked the entire class,
Yeah.
especially our professor, who talked about how it terrified him for his daughter. We spent the whole next day
1000%.
discussing it, and it became clear that we weren't even the only women in that class with those experiences.
I can imagine.
You know survivors. They're all around.
Tell me about a time that you
I'm gonna say this. This one, I don't like how they lumped that video in with the other like toxic feminist like things. I forget the statistic. I don't know the statistics, but there's like a high percentage that someone that you know has been sexually assaulted. There's even men who've dealt with that. Like I know some dudes who've been through some shit. Like I've been through some shit. Girls I know have been through some shit. Girlfriends that I had have been through some shit. Like it, and just because they're dating someone, that does not give the person that they're dating full permission to just have them whenever they want. Like I feel like that's a thing that kids nowadays like think for some reason that shit is cool, just because like, oh, that's my girlfriend and we fuck all the time. Like that doesn't mean that every time you want is fair game, bro. Like in those moments where you're, rubbing on your girl and like she's like, nah, chill, I'm not in the mood type shit. If you keep persisting on that point, you're kind of a piece of shit because she just told you no. Like just because that's your girl, just because you can love on her and kiss on her and all the extracurriculars, don't mean that's fair game any time of day. Unless y'all come to that agreement beforehand. Even then, bro, it's still better to just ask. Just ask, bro. You don't want to be that guy that even if you knowingly did it, unknowingly, like you just don't want to be that guy, bro. Like, come on. You still need consent, even if that's your significant other. Even if you're married.
I'll go first real quick. So
Oh, my fault. Let me go back.
You know survivors. They're all around.
They
Tell
are.
me about a time that you unintentionally made a male aware of his male privilege or like had to spell it out for them.
Oh,
I'll go first
brother.
real quick. So when I lived in London, I lived in a house with 3 guys, very new girl situation. And when I first moved in, me and another guy moved in at the same time. They were like, let's go around to the pub and get to know each other. I was like, yes, absolutely. Where's the pub? They said it's about a 10-minute walk down the road, or we can cut through the park and we'll be there in like 6 minutes. Now this was September, it was dark, there are no lights in the park, and so I was like, I don't really know if I like want to go through the park. And they're like, no, seriously, it's like straight through the park, like one gate in, one gate out, but it's like a 6-minute walk. And I was like, no, guys, listen, I'm not comfortable walking through the unlit park at night. I would prefer if we all walked together down the road. And one of them very seriously asked me, are you scared of the dark? I was like, no, it's for the same reason that I chose to live here, because the road to the tube is lit at night. We looked at each other and went, is it? I've never noticed. And I just went, guys, I'm a female. I could get assaulted. I just went, oh, fuck, you're right.
What is one thing?
Yeah, but like, okay, unpopular opinion probably, but does it make a difference if y'all all walk together on a lit sidewalk versus all y'all walking together through an unlit park? Like y'all niggas ain't got flashlights on y'all phone where y'all could light it up. Like I get where she's coming from. I understand it. And my natural rule of thumb is if someone is uncomfortable with doing something, then we'll just do the more comfortable thing. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't really fucking matter. Like, is that really gonna be the hill that we die on? Like, oh, we really want to do this thing that you're uncomfortable with? Like, come on. Like, we can go walk the lit road. All I'm saying is realistically, are your chances any better or worse just because of the lights? Like, I could understand it from the standpoint of like, I would rather walk alone. This is where I need like women to like spell it out for me, like how she said, because I don't fully understand it. I want to understand it because it's something that I need to know eventually, right? Like, what difference does it make if we're all in a group? Like, lights, no lights. Like, I could understand individually. Individually, it makes perfect sense. I wouldn't want to walk somewhere in the dark. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather just have light. I can see where I'm going, see what's around me, and all that. But like in a group scenario, does it really matter? I feel like as a group, you should still go in the light route anyway. But I could just be tripping.
That a man will do that lets you know instantly that you should not talk.
Oh, this is so good. So the first one would probably be if he tells you that he works for 4X or he's doing.
Wait. I didn't.
Assaulted.
I didn't see. My fault.
What is one thing that a man will do that lets you know instantly that you should not talk?
Oh, this is so good. So the first one would probably be if he tells you that he works for 4X or he's
Facts.
doing any type
Scammer.
of like, I guess like pyramid scheme type job.
You a
That's
scammer.
No, immediately. If when you find him on a dating app, majority of his pictures are of him with a bunch of other people, so you kind of have to play like Where's Waldo? Yeah, that's a no. Either he's highly insecure or it's a catfish. If any of his pictures or photos or videos on his social media are of him doing this, that's a no. Any guy who refers to women as females, you females, like, and lastly,
But like, you come on. I'm not gonna be that type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I'm saying? You come off as that kind of bitch that would call me a nigga, like just cause. You know what I'm saying? And before anybody gets crazy, I'm mixed, bro. Get off my dick. Get off my dick, okay? Get off my dick. All I'm saying is calling females, like, that's just a thing, bro. I don't understand why that is so offensive. I don't get it. Y'all could call us males. It just doesn't make sense. Like, it just doesn't sound as good. Like, is that the thing? Like, it just don't sound cool enough to call us males? Because y'all can call us dudes, guys, boys. But we can't call y'all females. Like the minute we say female, like what's the difference between female and woman? It's the same shit. I saw somewhere like someone said like, oh, you call us a female, that means you're like devaluing us as a human because there's female animals and there's female plants and shit. Bro, we're not thinking that far. We're not thinking that deep. We just call y'all bitches females. Would you rather us call you bitches? I can call you bitches. I would rather say females. You know what I'm saying? And girls just sounds too weird now. Like as a grown ass man, like girls just sound a little too. Women, females, and if y'all are one, bitches. That's where I'm at.
guys who say, "You a freak, huh?"
Nah, that's weird. Nah, you're weird.
Okay, so again, I
That's
don't know
just
how to
weird.
stitch without the other person's music playing in the background. If you know how to do that, please help me. I'm struggling. But this girl posted a video and said the best safety advice my dad ever gave me, and it was, a man will never ask a woman for help. Y'all, when the Ted Bundy series dropped on Netflix 2 years ago, I remember being
piercings was all
pissed
weird?
because the media, how it portrayed it during the time that it was going on and how people were taking it then was, if these women could control themselves and weren't so attracted to Ted, it would have never happened. Please, child fucking please, look at that man.
Okay. Okay. All I'm gonna say is I saw an Andrew Schultz clip. Okay? And I'm gonna feed into a stereotype. This could get me canceled. I don't give a fuck. I gotta get the joke off because the joke was hilarious. He said, every woman that helped Ted Bundy low-key deserved to die because y'all know damn well y'all don't know how to fix a car, and that was his way of getting y'all to get out of y'all car. Can you help me fix this? Like that shit had me dead. But okay, it is not the women's fault that they were murdered, bro. It's not the women's fault. Like, you're gonna blame somebody who's trying to be a nice person for getting murdered by someone who they assumed was just a stranger in need. Like, that's really the route we're gonna take, bro? Well, maybe if you weren't so infatuated with him, like, you wouldn't have got killed. Like, nigga, what do you say to the people who got, like, randomly drove, like, got caught in a crossfire of a drive-by or some shit? Like, well, maybe if you didn't want some chips that day and you weren't walking down the sidewalk, you wouldn't have got shot. Like, no shit, bro. Like, it seems very nuanced and very specific. Like, who the fuck would have planned for that to happen? Like, if I was attracted to a girl and a girl was asking me for help and I walked up on her and all of a sudden she slit my fucking throat, like, the game's the game at that point, bro. He got me. You know what I mean? Like, he did what he set out to do. His mission was accomplished. You can't really be mad at me for falling for it. Like, he ran it up.
In what world? But literally all the cases, it was him in a parking lot at a school or a doctor's office waiting for the nurses. And then
Yeah, it was a very unassuming scenario. Like, you can't be mad at the person for that. I'm gonna skip ahead, though, because this bitch's voice is kind of annoying. Sorry, this lady. Oh, that was the last video? Bet that. We out of here, bro. We out of here.